nice to just wander, but it's so much nicer, yes, it's oh so nice to wander back.
I can't get through.
Try again.
Please, Ma.
Herbert, please.
You should calm down, Ma. Have a glass of water. Finally. Hello? Yes, it's Herbert. Where are you? Outside? What do you mean outside?
Herbert!
It's Marianne! Yes, alright, I understand that you're at the door right now, but you see, we have a bit of a situation. Pa's not here and you can't come in. It is absolutely crucial that you turn around, retrace your steps, go back to the airport, and
Stubborn, so stubborn, just like a
father.
No, Herbert, like you.
Wait, Mom, what are you doing?
Something that I've always been doing, opening the door for my children. But this one seems to be going in the wrong direction.
Finally, Ma!
Please, don't.
I forgot how warm Singapore can be. Herbert, what could the matter have been?
It's too late now.
That we could have spoken face to face?
The point was not to speak face to face.
I was at the door, Herbert. You don't expect me to obey your instructions like that without clarifying.
You just didn't trust me.
We have a bit of a situation. How am I supposed to interpret that?
As characteristic English reserve, a bit of a situation probably means a complete disaster. But disaster relief could do with a couple more heads, can't it?
Mike, are the children here too?
No, we've left them with Mike's sister.
Yes, they're no good. It was a disaster. Now, what exactly is the nature of the crisis?
Your father-in-law's in the hospital.
What?
This morning, he woke me up. He had difficulty breathing. I called the ambulance. I thought it was his asthma, but it came with oxygen tanks and masks.
Like a fat man?
Don't listen to this, Mike. Please.
Father had a temperature, 39 degrees. It's a suspected case.
Oh my god! The thermal scans at the airport, remember? They were screening us.
Sucks.
I could be infected too. They told me I shouldn't have any visitors.
Are the rest here?
Well, how about you look around for yourself? My point is, I've been trying to contact all of you for the past hour. I don't have Arthur's number and Daphne. I have no idea what the message is saying. It's all in German.
I don't have Arthur's number either. I'm calling Patrick.
Awfully sorry you got dragged into this, Mike. Come on. A very delicate family matter, as you can see.
Last I heard, such was not hereditary.
We really did not expect you to be here. It was just supposed to be a family reunion of sorts. You know, father, alright, a mother and us children.
No response?
Maybe it's still not flight. What time do you arrive for what?
About an hour ago, Ma wouldn't let me in. She was screaming at me across the door, I'm sick, you can't come in. She's been maintaining this force field around her ever since. We've been having conversations 3 meters apart. It's like addressing the queen.
Oh, Herbert! A dream come true.
Are you, Ma?
The queen?
No, are you sick here? I have to check whether you've got a temperature.
I don't know how this thing spreads.
Well, we'll find out. No fever, not gonna have that heart.
We've lost weight.
Yes, she's on a diet. Go eat half of everything and feed the rest to your husband's diet.
Seems terribly effective.
How's
Victoria.
Ah, the English rose.
We've separated.
How long has this been?
Quite a while, dear mother. She had her own diet as well, consisting chiefly of grapes, barley, and potatoes, all crushed and fermented, of course. The English rose preferred to grow out of a whiskey bottle. After some time, it became quite impossible for us to live together. Alright, once she was stopped by a traffic policeman who discovered that she had blood in her alcohol stream.
Is she still teaching?
Teaching? Oh, heavens no, not in that condition. Ah, I bet that's number 3.
How would you know?
We seem to be falling in order of seniority. It's Arthur, I tell you.
Should I open the door?
Maybe we could pretend that there's nobody in. Why didn't I think of that?
Why do you look so nervous, Herbert?
Oh, I met Arthur back in London a few years ago. He made a surprise visit. Did he say anything about that?
No, he didn't. What happened?
Oh, well, it was just a little strange.
I suppose the plan is to just keep ignoring that pesky ringing voice in the back until it just goes away.
Well, I was half hoping he wouldn't turn up. Allow me to excuse myself, it's been quite a long day.
Look, we don't know whether that's Arthur, or whether Pa has SARS either, or whether Ma's infected. Until we have some form of confirmation, let's just...
Proceed with caution.
Sometimes, Herbert, caution is one of those things that keep you from proceeding.
Open up! I need to use the toilet!
Thank God.
I know I was supposed to be here earlier, but there was an airport strike.
Oh, where?
Charles de Gaulle, you know, those Parisians.
How long were you held up?
Few days, we managed to reach a compromise.
We?
Yeah, solidarity. Sorry, little girl's room.
She's traveling, right? I'm afraid her bladder would disagree.
She called me from Paris. Said she was going to be delayed. Turns out we reached Chiang airport around the same time.
So what's Pa?
He's at the hospital.
What?
It happened just this morning. They're suspecting SARS.
How did Pa get it?
I don't know, but one of his colleagues at work was diagnosed with it last week. Shouldn't we go visit him? I thought I'd wait for everyone to come back first. Anyway, we only allow for one visitor a day.
But we're all here now, aren't we?
There's still Arthur.
Is he coming?
I don't know. Ask the organizer.
I sent him an email. He said my afternoon flight, probably around now. But his last email was about a month ago.
Wait, you don't have his number?
No.
So nobody knows how to contact him?
We've always had that problem with Arthur. Nobody knows what's going on in his mind half the time.
Well, he doesn't seem to like all of you very much.
Oh my!
That's a little presumptuous, I think.
It's an outsider's point of view. And I'm a bit of an outsider, aren't I, Herbert?
Me? When did I ever
A
say such
very delicate family matter. Sorry to drag me into it.
Fine, I meant nothing malicious. A slip of the tongue.
A tongue that slipped on a frozen icy surface. Little cold, don't you think? As a way of welcoming your own brother-in-law.
Like, come on!
Well, I'm sorry I'm not so effusive with my feelings. I'm not American, you know. Hardly the gregarious sort. Characteristic English reserve, as you observe.
It's got nothing to do with me being American. But I never really got around the idea that I married your sister.
Come on, you boys, make peace.
You guys fought in the war and you got together.
Are you taking my room?
Yes.
Come on, Mike, there's a lot of baggage to unpack.
Wait, is that American?
What is?
Oh, you said baggage instead of luggage.
I meant luggage, I think. Must be a slip of the tongue. Call us if you need anything, Ma. Come on.
It's preposterous. What does he expect me to do? It's just so typical of Americans to want to pump your hands furiously, run you in their artificially white smiles, ding! Then maintain desperate eye contact while practically yelling in your face, "How are ya?"
Uncle Mike only got his citizenship 10 years ago. Stop speaking like he's been an American for all his life.
And you know why they do that, don't you? Because the minute they stop grinning from ear to ear, they plunge straight into depression.
But he has a point. You never really got used to the fact that Marianne married him.
Whatever gave you that impression?
For starters, you didn't show up at their wedding.
They never turned up at mine.
You didn't invite any of us to your wedding. And then one day, we got a photograph of you and your new bride in the mail.
Too much trouble to ask all of you to fly over.
He's ashamed.
Oh, Ma, please.
I have a daughter-in-law that I've never met before. All I have are photos. The boy is ashamed.
Yeah, because we are Asians. No, you're not. Technically speaking, in the UK, the Asians are the Indians, the Pakis. You're Orientals.
Oriental! No wonder she doesn't want to come see us. She probably thinks we all walk around wearing jade and smoking opium.
She's just shy, okay? She's not used to meeting new people.
What new people with her family? We'll never get a chance to meet her. Now that you're separated.
Wait, you're separated? Yes, and I'd rather not talk about it if you don't mind.
She's an alcoholic.
Patrick, go to your room.
Why?
This is adult stuff.
But I'm 17.
That's not even the legal age limit for drinking.
But it's your wife who's doing the drinking.
Go to your It was all just a matter of time.
Looks like the Americans don't have a monopoly on depression.
What were you doing in Paris anyway? I studied German PR.
Yeah, I live in Berlin, but I travel a lot. In fact, I was in Scandinavia for a while, doing some work with the anti-waiting lobby.
Wales, eh? I see you hold on to bigger things. Really big things.
Yeah, okay, got it.
I've never seen a word in my life.
They're really gentle creatures, okay?
Yeah, of course, just about every single animal activist says the same thing. No matter whether you're working with gorillas, tigers, or crocodiles.
Do you work with crocodiles?
No, I don't.
And crocodiles aren't gentle, thank you. He's just saying that to make me sound like some kind of cliche.
I never suggested such a thing. Why is everyone reading so much into everything I say?
Yeah, you should know about working with crocodiles, being in academia.
Yes, the history department is teeming with reptiles. Listen, Daphne, I know you've always been free-spirited and independent and all that, but really, why don't you just choose a cause and settle down? I mean, one day you're with the French union workers, the next day you're saving whales, or throwing stones at McDonald's, or handing out crutches to landmine victims. I mean, it just seems a little promiscuous, don't you think?
You really have no right to judge the type of work that I do.
I'm not judging. I'm just saying that instead of going for bread, you could go for that. Don't stretch yourself too thin. Specialize in something. You do have a law degree, for goodness sake.
This whole obsession with specialization was what made me leave in the first place. In JC, I took what was considered the odd copy. Because I wasn't doing just science or just the humanities, I wanted a little bit of both. And for that, I was considered to be odd.
Trust me, I think that people still consider you a bit odd.
Yeah, and I can assure you, I'm much higher proportion here than in the rest of the world.
Oh God, it's the hour of reckoning. Well, off to my room, send my regards to the Red Guards. I've come to pay my respects to our dear father.
What the thing to say?
It's his 70th birthday, isn't it?
Father's in the hospital.
Hospital. What happened?
Suspected case, SARS.
That's very bad. We have an outbreak too. In Guangdong, every day people die.
Fearful news.
It's okay, the government will take care of it. I am confident.
That's not what I heard.
In fact, the Chinese government has a
Very secretive lady and...
Daphne, not now. Arthur, we're glad you managed to make it. It's so hard to contact you.
Don't you have a phone?
Yes, for business.
Oh, and I don't suppose you had another phone.
Whatever for.
For informing you that your father's dying, Daphne!
He's not. Don't say things like that. We don't even know if it's SARS.
Oh, you're here.
Aren't you supposed to be in your room?
Stop treating me like a kid. I saw Herbert go into his room.
Wait,
Yes, everyone's here.
no, you didn't used to call me that.
What did I used to call him?
You called it God. And you call me God God. And Jie.
Well, that was when I was younger.
That's before you got sent to that Australian boarding school. That was your boss idea too, wasn't it?
Arthur, what does it matter?
Terms of address matter very much. You stop calling me Arthur.
I've never called you God. Oh, God.
Do you even Chantal? Oh, Arthur, you're here. No, it's actually Wei Yang. Who's Wei Yang?
My kid's evil twin. No. Chinese name. But we've never called you Wei Yang.
A mistake. It took 30 years to correct. Oh, how are your husband and children?
They're fine. Mike is showering.
What are their names? Your children?
Samuel and Sarah?
You've never considered giving them Chinese names?
Stop. She's another. She decides.
I just think it would be good that they knew where they came from.
Yeah, they came from a bloody womb. Is this born again? Fundamentalist Chinese.
Better to be born again than to be
I'm
stillborn.
sorry, but since everyone is here, can we decide what we're going to do about Father?
I'll call Herbert.
He's only allowed one visitor a day, so I guess we'll go in order from oldest to youngest.
I have an idea. Why don't we draw lots?
That just seems a little risky now that you're doing it.
It's
It's okay, you number this from Yi Tao. We're a family again, jolly good.
Should I call Mike?
Let him finish showering.
Alright, I'm supposed to get him a towel.
In my room.
Why don't you all continue with the draw? The one that nobody picks is mine.
Wait, what draw?
Oh, to decide the order in which we visit Pa, of course.
Well, considering that I'm the oldest,
That is one way all we could decide based on who's closest to him, in which I doubt you have a strong case of being first in line.
well, that one's subjective, isn't it? Age happens to
We
be
have 5 slips. I think we can all agree that Marshall wins.
I'll get it.
Any news about Pa?
He's under observation, but he's stable. But
What?
we've been put on home quarantine.
Oh my God! How long? I have a very important project. It's centered.
We told the kids we'll be back by Monday.
Cisco officers will come soon to serve us our notice. For now, we can't leave the house. For the next 10 days.
Oh God! You call the airline?
I did. There's an extra charge for changing the ticket. Mike, I don't think we've enough underwear.
Oh,
I'm not going to wear my mother's underwear for goodness sake.
Ask Daphne.
Wearing one another's underwear is really not something we practice in my family.
might bring you closer together. Is it true that women who stay together long enough start to coordinate?
Coordinate what?
Their menstrual cycles.
I wouldn't know.
I mean, when you were growing up, you, Daphne, your mother, did you have like...
I really wouldn't know because we didn't carry our stopwatches around with us.
You think 10 days is long enough?
For what?
For a co-family woman to have a simultaneous onslaught of PMS?
Ma's gone through menopause, by the way.
You and Daphne are bad enough.
Don't pick on the women.
Oh, there's bad blood running between the men, alright. Herbert seems absolutely terrified of Arthur.
Well, that was uncalled for, by the way.
What?
For helpfully pointing out to everyone that Arthur doesn't like us very much.
It's true.
Well, if you see a man with a missing leg, you don't point at his stump.
I think you should all try talking to Arthur.
And you should try talking to Herbert.
I did.
Talk, not exchange insults.
That is just a fraction of what I wanted to say to him. He makes it sound like it's not my business that your father is sick.
But at least it's not saying it's your fault. You know, he's not the most tactful person around. He's just not very sociable. When Herbert was young, he was this little asthmatic boy who always kept to himself. Ma didn't let him play with other children.
Well, your asthmatic little boy has grown up to be a bag of potato. The sheer hypocrisy of that.
Herbert thinks he married up.
What?
He's always wanted to be an Englishman.
So does he think I'm married up as well? For goodness sake, Marianne, you're my third wife!
I wouldn't know because Ma likes you, Daphne likes you, Patrick likes you. Just please don't marry someone else.
Oh, no. That's not what I meant. The first one was great. The second one was definitely better. But you definitely...
Open your mouth.
Why?
I want to see your temperature.
You think I'm delirious, don't you?
Yes, and I want you to shut up.
You used to do it with kids.
I did not.
Yes, you did.
Nonsense. You'll be doing this every day. I hope Ma is agree. Don't talk with your mouth.
I still want the kiss.
오, 这会差点。
Yeah.
We're no longer in Australia anymore.
Did you switch off the aircon?
Yes. And I opened the windows. Give the ozone layer a break.
It's so hot.
It's hot because you're wearing pajamas. You're supposed to be in your shorts or something.
What difference does one aircon make?
Don't touch that.
Except to stunts. We're supposed to be on quarantine. If we open the windows, we're just spreading viruses to the outside world.
Oh, nice try. Polar ice caps are melting. The sea level is rising. Before you know it, Singapore will be underwater.
Yes, and we will live in this big glass dome with aircon.
Turn it on. Turn it on full blast. Home quarantine order under Section 15, subsection 2 of the Infectious Diseases Act. Have you read this?
Yes?
You must permit an electronic picture camera to be placed inside your home or at such other suitable place to enable it to report on your whereabouts. Whenever required to do so, you must connect and turn on the camera and present yourself in front of it. What kind of nonsense is this? Is this a surveillance state? Yes, it is.
You know, I kind of like the camera. I show my middle finger when I...
Have you taken your temperature?
Yes, stop nagging.
I'm not nagging, I'm just asking.
Everyone treats me like a kid. I've got 2 parents. I don't need any more kids.
Youngest. It's 10 years, Patrick.
What's 10 years?
You're 10 years younger than me. And among the 4 of us, we're just a few years apart.
That's not my fault.
It's nobody's fault.
I'm an accident, right? Herbert told me. He said Mom got sterilized after you. What a surprise.
Wow, when human ligation, invasive procedure, and not always 100% effective. If they were truly serious about family planning, Pa should have undergone vasectomy. It's simpler, has fewer risks, shorter recovery time. But of course, this is a patriarchal state.
Yeah,
so
I have no idea what you said.
yeah, okay, so you see,
You
human
blah,
ligation.
blah, blah, blah.
Fine. Choose ignorance. Switch on the aircon, eat your fast food, buy your check shoes, drive a car, destroy the ozone layer, kill the rainforest, sponsor a sweatshop, contribute generously to
You
animals.
have a boyfriend?
No?
You want to know why? No! Fine, choose ignorance.
Measuring a woman's value by her ability to attract males. Does it ever occur to you that some women are single because of choice and not because of
Ooh,
circumstance?
someone's getting defensive.
Look, I'm not, okay? I'm just saying that when you're part of that patriarchal structure, you just naturally become blind to all the oppressions you perpetuate.
What oppressions? You're not doing national service. Don't complain.
When are you enlisting?
June.
That's in 2 months' time?
I'm not looking forward to it.
Ma and Pa will be happy to have you around.
Oh, I'm sure they will. Everyone else has abandoned them.
That's a strong word, isn't it?
What, abandoned?
You know, Europe and Singapore aren't exactly neighbors. And besides, it's not cheap to visit every now and then.
Yeah, compared to all of you, Australia is just next door.
You wanted to go there.
Sorry, rewind. Herbert wanted me to go to a boarding school. I was thinking of England. That way I could have someone to turn to if I needed help. But he said it wouldn't make me independent. Besides, all of you would rather have me study somewhere nearer to Singapore so that I can visit home more often, so that I can relieve you of the responsibility.
I know of my
I'm
responsibility.
supposed to be the youngest in the family. Why is it I have to act like the oldest? Ma and Pa not getting any younger anymore. One day, we have to start taking care of them. It's not fair. I want to be, you know, I want to be wherever I choose to be as well. I don't know why, but when Herbert told me I was in an accident, I had this image of a traffic accident in my head. Sometimes that's how I see myself. All of you walking away while I'm just sitting and staring from my wheelchair.
Nothing's confirmed yet. I might come back to Singapore.
Oh, will you? Don't kid yourself. You hate Singapore. It's bad.
Patrick, have you taken your temperature?
Yes, Ma.
Good. Brush your teeth.
Ma, why don't you ask Daphne too?
She knows what to do. Exactly.
What to do too?
You look so cute in the pajamas. I look.
Brush my teeth. Thanks, Ma.
Okay, good night.
Can switch off the aircon. I'm not wearing these pajamas tonight.
I wonder how Pa is sleeping tonight.
Oh, I'm sure he'll sleep just well.
He has all these pretty nurses around him.
You know, that's exactly.
Yeah, okay, don't start the Patrick whatever.
No, I just wanted to say, if Pa comes home, he's gonna need someone to take care of him. Ma's gonna be watching what he eats, how he sleeps, whether he takes his
If
meds.
Pa comes home,
Don't say that!
just quoting you,
You're gonna ask what if he doesn't?
then Ma will be alone.
Until June.
You'll see.
shows it.
Family, he talks to me, he buys me things, he likes my cooking.
Mine's just the business consultant. What does he know about running businesses?
He's your brother-in-law.
They know nothing about how to run a business. All they can do is offer possible scenarios, predict trends, and then present options. But when it comes down to it, they don't actually take the risks. Real businessmen do that.
There's Patrick, but he's still too young.
The last I heard, he's doing well.
He spends so much time playing tennis.
But that's better than that curious aberration called table tennis.
There's nothing wrong with table tennis.
Oh my god, the sound of those bouncing balls. And really, only disciplined masters carry paddles.
I still keep Arthur's trophies.
That always strikes me as being a little unfair. If they can give out trophies for something like ping pong, why can't they do that for being first in class?
I keep your prizes too.
All those Enid-Blytons, wrote down.
No, that one you keep. I keep the wrapping paper.
Oh Ma, you don't.
Yes, I do. I keep all your certificates, your autograph pieces, your little birthday cards you made. I'm very proud of my children, all of them. I've always given them the best.
Well, what time is dinner again?
7 o'clock.
I should wash up a bit.
Not finishing your breakfast?
No, it's a bit sweet, the jam.
Marianne around? No, she's in the kitchen helping her mom with dinner. I see. Why? Are you looking for her? I was looking for you actually. And you don't want her around. Ah, I see. You want to have one of those talks, aren't we? What talks? You know, man to man, what to be. I can understand why your father probably would be the best person to talk to about some things. I mean, if you had just been a little bit more careful, you wouldn't have existed. So, girlfriend?
I'm sort of seeing this.
Ah, that's good. Australian.
Taiwanese actually, studying in Perth. Uncle Mike, are you still doing your studies?
No, and neither is Herbert. I think only after gets colder.
But you've completed NS, haven't you?
Of course. Oh, when's yours by the way? You're 17, 18?
I'm enlisting in June.
The food is getting better, I heard. Also, when it comes to cookhouse food, there's always room for improvement.
Yeah, actually I was thinking...
Do you have the home section with you? Yeah, it's with me. Have you finished with it? Yeah, you can have it. There's a funny story there. Some old man broke his quarantine, went to the coffee shop, and started waving around his quarantine order.
That's terrible.
Yes, part of me thinks that there's something not very Singaporean about it. You see, we're always so afraid of this official bureaucratic summons. Nice to see one little act of defiance once in a while. But another part of me thinks that he's exhibiting perfectly Singaporean antisocial behavior.
There's no such thing as Singaporean.
Whoa, I didn't know the national identity was big.
We're all immigrants.
What do you think, Patrick?
You know, we were just...
Yeah, at one point in time, yes. But I think that after close to 200 years, some of us have managed to sink our roots down.
A Singaporean is someone who tries and spends too much time trying to define what a Singaporean is.
So instead of spending all that time, what should we do?
Ignore the whole issue.
that identity will evolve naturally?
Identity itself is unnatural. We're all immigrants. We have histories, roots that sink back far further than when some white man decided to step foot on this island. I see his name is printed on the back of your shirt.
Astute observation. Yeah, anyway, so you're saying we should just forget about being Singaporean?
Actually, presented a few papers on that. Hypothetically speaking, it is possible to have Singapore without any Singaporeans. So historically, we've never developed a local culture of risk-taking. So, you know, your national bourgeoisie,
Sorry, a national what?
let's just say when there were some really strong local businesses, the government never bothered to be like that. In fact, they made them compete with MNCs.
Ah, MNCs, I know what they are. Multinational corporations. Daphne said they're satanic.
They provided some form of civic leadership, create your national rallying points, sounds of the Sonis, even your Petronas. But of course, any power base was the threat to the government. So Singapore became a player in the global supply chain. We take in materials, add value to them, and then export them to the rest of the world. And after a while, that kind of economic policy becomes a labor policy, am I right? Absolutely. Look around you. Your unskilled workers, your Bangladeshis, your Burmese, your Thais, and at the top level, foreign talent. We've realized the economy can do less and less with actual citizens and more with foreigners. Plus, it's less risky dealing with them. The moment they cross the line, you take away their employment passes, their PRs, their visas, their work permits, and they don't get to vote. So even if you're unhappy, you can't express it during the elections. With real Singaporeans, it's so much harder. You can't just kick them out of the country.
That doesn't make any sense.
Patrick, you should know by now that 1 in 4 of Singapore's population is a foreigner.
Yes, but I'm sure you need Singaporeans for something.
Of course you do. The government, for example. But you don't need that many Singaporeans. Only the brightest, the best.
That's relative, isn't it?
Many of them happen to be relatives, yes. Put some of your own in there too. The civil service, maybe the local contingent has been doing quite well. If you don't mind me asking, where did you pick up all this stuff, Arthur? Beta, my master's was in urban planning. I studied at Michigan U. Interesting. So what do you think of the new biotech sector? It's going to be foreign talent all over again, isn't it? Importing people with impressive resumes. They've been allowed to fit in other environments, so they've never really developed a local culture of
Yeah, I'm
risk-taking.
sorry, but this is all very interesting, but you know, I think I should go. Thanks for the lectures.
Defense.
Sorry, what?
The government needs citizens for defense.
Unless you can maintain a mercenary army.
Not this government. Too expensive.
I'm starving!
We have to wait for Herbert. He's still washing his hands.
Can we just start with the appetizer?
Right, no.
Daphne, the chap chai is specially for you.
Thanks, Ma. Stop rolling your eyes at
All this great food and you're just going to eat vegetables?
What's Herbert taking so long? The food will get
I'll
cold.
go get him.
That's not necessary. Say, who put that sign over the sink? The one with the step-by-step on how to wash your hands.
I did. I cut it out from the newspaper.
It's fascinating. There's so many ways you can scrub. It's like the Kama Sutra of hand hygiene.
dirty, but
Take a seat, Herbert. Let's dig in.
The guest invites the host to the table.
Hey, I was being nice.
Boys, there are better ways to keep our mouths occupied now, shall we?
While we do that, let's say
Sorry, can I abstain? You know, institutionalized religion and all.
Daphne, it's just saying grace, it's not prayer.
Dear Lord, thank you for providing us with this meal. Take great joy in the fact that we're all gathered here today. They were seated here as one family. Amen.
Amen. Ma, where are you going? Ma doesn't look okay.
Shall we cut the cake?
Is that Father's Day?
Yes, it's his birthday today.
Then he should cut the cake.
Can't that. It won't be his birthday anymore.
It's his birthday. He cuts the cake.
We'll save a slice.
I just... Fine.
So how's the food?
Need to ask Marianne. It's heavenly.
It's too salty.
What are you doing? It's fine. I wish I could cook.
Wait, don't you think that's a bit... Ah, damn, why can't I ever get that word? What word? It's got something to do with oppression.
Patriotism.
How is
All share the same traits.
I thought patriotism just means loving your own country.
Loving your country is loving your country. Patriotism means you're supposed to love it like everyone else. Real individual attachment makes way for some rhetorical collective sentiment.
Country doesn't exist.
Others very good at making these statements, I must say. Just as Alfian said that Singaporeans don't exist.
Look, when you talk about Singapore, you don't say country, you say nation, city, state, island, state. You don't say country.
Or motherland.
But they're just words, right? But words do shape reality. When I think of the word country, I think of wide open fields.
Ah, the English countryside.
With daffodils, I suppose.
Indeed, the mist of the earth in the early mornings, the indigenous flora and fauna. But really, what has this country chosen for its national flower? A hybridized orchid, plucked from a petri dish, and our most popular emblem is this half lion, half fish that isn't even anatomically feasible.
It's not physiologically visible either. Hold the expulsion of water. Make any animal dehydrated in no time.
Macho! What's macho? The Merlion is a macho symbol. Puking away all the water when the truth is, you actually have to buy water from the lake shop.
There's still new water.
Patriarchal, that's it.
Is that a door?
Someone's at the door.
Oh my god, don't tell me they're conducting a spot check now. We're having dinner, for goodness sake.
Mom, I keep telling you to fix the little peephole in the door.
And tell me who's going to fix it. It's not as if I have anyone to help me around the house.
Ignore it.
Yes, ignore me. Each time you talk about how there's nobody around, you just pretend you never heard me.
I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about the door. I'll go get it.
If it's another spot check, we better put on our mask. Where do you keep the mask that Mrs. Lim got us?
I'll go get it.
If it's someone from the health ministry, I'm sure he's got his own mask. Wait, hang on, you can't come here.
Where is he? Who are you looking for?
Me,你放在哪里？
Wait.
我们在吃晚饭。
他进去不接我的电话，没有一个电话。
What is happening?
电话在这，他在医院。
不要跟我说话，你以为我笨是吗？
What did she say? He's looking for father. And who is she? His secretary? His mistress. Oh, there will be time for explanations.
我不再骗你，接你电话原因是他昨晚入院，但是医生认为可能是杀人，我们现在也不知所措。有一件事我必须嘱咐你，娘她不能知道。然后我根本没有。
Hello? You are?
Ma, this is Cindy. She's my friend from China.
I'm sorry, you're not supposed to come in. Don't cut off like that. Come here and get your mask.
This is my girlfriend. Introduce her to you. But before we left, we got in a quarrel. I didn't know she would take a plane here to surprise me.
Your girlfriend? We always have no idea what you're up to. You're having a lot of surprises. It is pleasure to meet you, Mrs. Cole. The pleasure is all mine. Would you like to join us for dinner? I already did, thank you. We have some cake. There's a slice left. Help yourself.
Herbert gets all the pride because he's the oldest. And Patrick gets all the pampering because he's the youngest. And Ma's always pays a bit more attention to her daughters. I'm just the son who was stuck in the middle. It never helped that I never went to the school that you did.
Oh, what school do you go to?
Anglican High. Ma used to burn my uniform.
She did not!
While ironing the silver buttons. Blinded her.
There was an accident. She left to iron your uniform because Herbert had an asthma attack.
Herbert, do you know how I felt? She saw my PSL results.
Ah, that's where life in Singapore begins, isn't it? Oh, where life ends. 12-year-old commits suicide because he didn't get
At first she seemed okay with the idea that I was going to a convent school until she found out we held weekly preaching sessions in Chinese. You know, I remember she asked me, I thought your school was Anglican High. What happened to the Anglican? Herbert was the best actually. He told me communism and religion don't go together. He always thought I was a communist, which is why one day I stole his school tie and cut it up into little green and black strips.
Why would your mother have a problem with that? She married a Chinese educated businessman.
I don't think she really loved Bob. I think she married him for his money. There was always a part of him she could never take. You know, he had bad table manners. He couldn't tie his own tie. He ties in the morning. And she took it out on her own children. She sent them to convent schools, mission schools, places where you're a hero if you fail the twins. So one day, they would turn against their own father.
You've got it all wrong, Arthur. That China woman's the one who's eyeing past money. Where did you find her?
A massage parlor.
Oh my god, Mike, she's a prostitute!
She's not a prostitute. She's a pay-to mama. Study mama. Her son studies in Singapore, so to support themselves, she gives foot massages.
When did you find out?
I visit Singapore way more than you think. I don't come home. I checked into a hotel, and one day this woman walks in when I visited Pa's office. Very elegant, strong perfume, expensive jewelry. I didn't have to introduce her. I could see it in her eyes.
You mean her hungry, sparkling, gold-digging eyes?
I could see that she loved Pa despite all his faults.
But he's a married man and she's a child too, doesn't she? You make all of this sound so natural.
Well, it's not unnatural. In the past, the head of Chinese...
That was then. It's the 21st century now.
You don't seem very comfortable when I mention the word Chinese.
Look, it has got nothing to do with being Chinese. And anyway, they used to do that when they didn't have any children or had no sons. It doesn't apply to us, not this family.
What's the point of having children if they're not there to take care of you?
Then hire a nurse. Get a maid. Why keep a mistress? I left Singapore to follow my husband and it wasn't the easiest decision to make. There were days in Boston, especially when the kids were still babies, when I wished that Ma was around. There were days when I would scold my children and then wish that they had a grandmother who could wipe their tears. There were days when all I wanted to do was just lie down on Ma's lap and close my eyes. But when you get married, you stay together to the ends of the earth.
You followed Mike to America to start a new life. You had children, you had family. Now Cindy follows her son here to start a new life. She wants a family. She wants her son to have a father.
But why our father? Why a 70-year-old man?
Ask yourself that.
What do you mean?
Can you explain why people fall in love? So what if there's an age gap? Why do you marry Mike? So what if he's a bit of a serial marriage junkie?
After this man here, how dare you!
I thought we were getting somewhere, Arthur. Unlike your fool of a brother, it was actually possible to have a conversation with you. We were pointing knives at each other. But see now, you're not much different from Herbert. In fact, you're both the same.
Mike, where are you going?
Where can I go? I can't hide, and even if I do, you'll find me. This is your house after all.
Mike.
The music is like legendary.
Hi, I'm Arthur's sister, Daphne.
Sorry,
My Chinese is terrible.
I speak English. I take class.
Great. You're sleeping in my room right now with Patrick, so I thought I might take his place here.
What show are you watching? Chinese show. At home, I know TV. Singapore people speak Chinese very funny.
Yeah, I really wouldn't know.
Why did you come to Singapore? Oh, my son studied here until primary 2.
Will you have a son?
You want to see photo? So handsome. But
Why is he not with you?
where's he? He's here.
I don't understand.
Last year, my son died. Cancer. I meet your father before my son died. He helped me pay hospital bill. Singapore hospital, very, very good. But still, my son died. But what about your husband? No husband. Divorced. He divorced before I come to Singapore.
You know my father's a married man.
He's kind to me.
He has a wife and children.
He never see his children.
When we were young, we never saw much of him either. Which made it easier for me to get away really. Because I only had to worry about leaving behind one parent. The other is never really there.
He said you all don't love him. Only we young love him.
I don't think that sounds like him. Doesn't use the word love.
爱，你们都不爱他。
Can't keep loving something that doesn't love you back.
He sent you to school, he give you money. If he don't love you, he will be like my husband. Don't care we eat one time a day. Don't care we always hide from landlord. Don't care the son should have home. What do you want from your father? Everything he give you.
I don't want him to keep disappearing. There are times where he sits down at the dinner table and I just look at him and I have to tell myself, this man is my father. This is the man who brought me to life.
Yes, he give you life, so you must give something back.
Do you know that this is the first time in 3 years that I've been back to Singapore? And everything's changed. This year, they're going to tear down the National Library. And 3 years down the road, it's goodbye to the National Stadium. I never even got to see the National Theatre. what kind of nation building is it? But all you do is tear down buildings with the word national in them. And that's just the beginning, honestly. 6 years ago, our estate was part of one constituency. And then in the last elections, we were suddenly part of another. It's so easy to be settlers, to take back the land, to move us from one town council to another. Sometimes I wake up in the hotel room and I ask myself where I am. It's the same feeling I get in Singapore, you know. If we're on the equator, why do our Christmas decorations have snow? If we're Southeast Asians, why are there cafes teaching us how to smile? I want to grow my roots here, but I can't do that when the ground keeps shifting.
China also changing, everywhere change.
Sometimes I feel like I'm living in one man's dreams. And the only way for me to get out is to shout loud enough for him to wake up. But whenever I open my mouth, no sound comes out.
You cannot shout to your father. Children cannot shout to their parents.
I'm not talking about father. Do you know who's Lee Kuan Yew?
Yes. He's a good man. People in China respect him.
That's because you're not living inside his dream. No. It's one thing to be living inside someone else's dream. I felt like I was living out his dream. I felt like everything I did was based on one man's phobias and one man's fantasies. And because of that, there was no place for my own dreams.
Patrick, do you mind if I put myself here? I'm being a bit of a fugitive right now.
Sure. What happened?
Nothing. Just a little quarrel yesterday.
Uncle Mike, I want to tell you something, but you must promise me not to tell anyone.
Well, Patrick, it depends.
Promise. Fine. I'm not going to get enlisted.
What do you mean?
I don't see the point. I don't see myself living in Singapore in the future.
It's a little premature to make such a big decision, isn't it?
The way I see it, I have to spend 2.5 years in the month just to secure a place for myself here. Meanwhile, the government is offering scholarships to foreign students and jobs to foreign talent. They get hostels and service departments, while I have to dig my own trench.
Patrick, this is where you're not supposed to sit in when the adults are talking.
I had it figured out a long time ago.
Patrick, all your brothers have been through it.
Sorry, Uncle Mike, but that argument's not going to work. Next, you're going to tell me to be a man, to show some spine, that this is some rite of passage all of us have to go through. I don't see why I have to defend a country I have no love for in the first place.
It's 2.5 years, Patrick. The country is saying, give us that time and give us a chance to change your mind.
And I don't need to be taught what to think. All those years studying in Singapore, and when I go back to the army, it's going to be more of the same. Don't you understand what it's like coming back to that? Everyone will look forward to their weekends. They want to book out. They want to go home. They want to go back to their rooms. They want to inhale their pillows. Oh, it smells like Herbert. You know, just sitting and staring out of the windows. The sheer luxury of just staring out of your windows. But how can I do that?
You have a room here. Let's not forget that.
Like a hotel guest, Uncle Mike. I have a tree outside my room in Perth. I have seen its leaves change color through the seasons. I've even seen birds build nests in the branches.
Patrick, you do know that if you intend to escape the conscription obligations, this country will treat you as a criminal. You'll never be able to come back.
And I'd rather be a criminal on the loose than to spend 2.5 years looking out of a prison window.
Oh, so we've moved from hotels to prisons
It's
now?
the same thing. Singapore's just a prison with room service.
Let me stress this again. There'll be no turning back. You won't even be able to attend, God forbid, your parents' funeral. Patrick, you'll break your poor mother's heart.
Why don't you ask my pa to move to the States with you?
We've tried for years. She won't budge.
Do you think they might like Australia?
I don't know.
Australia is good. A lot of Singaporeans retire in Perth. And we share the same time zone as Singapore and Malaysia. And you know, it's got this most beautiful university campus. We can buy a house that's even bigger than this one here, with a garden. We can get 2 cars and 2 dogs, and they have such mild winters there.
The seasons are upside down there, isn't it?
Winter starts in June. The birds will have flown north by then. But I'll be there.
This is the living room. Right now, it's also being used as Herbert's bedroom. Have you met Herbert?
Your house is so big.
You never have met?
No, I do all the housework myself.
I just wouldn't be comfortable having another woman around in the house. I'm not a jealous sort, of course. And your part isn't the sort with roaming eyes. But, you know, just to avoid any situation.
Oh, bother, I'll get it. Ma, it's the Cisco people. They want to see on camera. I'll connect it for you.
I don't understand why they can't just give us fixed time to do this camera nonsense. What if I'm sleeping? Or in the toilet?
Well, they're supposed to be random checks. But look on the bright side, Ma. We have 6 more days left. We're close to the halfway point.
7 more days for you, Cindy. But I'm sure Arthur can wait. He won't leave without you. Isn't it exciting, Herbert?
What is exciting?
A new addition to the family!
Ma, Arthur never said anything about marrying her.
If he doesn't want her, I do. That Arthur, he doesn't know a good thing when he sees one. Which girl will follow you all the way to Singapore just to iron things out?
Well, I'm sure she's got a lot of ironing to do.
Why?
I don't know. I just have a feeling that you like wrinkly things.
Cindy, you've got such wonderful skin. Don't you think she's got such wonderful skin? Must be the weather in China. We brought the kids once to China for a holiday. The kids were small, the weather was so cold. How many asthma attacks did you get there, Herbert?
I don't remember, Ma.
Herbert was allergic to China.
You're quite an actress, aren't you?
I can stop acting if you want.
No. We'll need to maintain the deception for a little while more until we figure out what to do with you. I can't believe Pa fell for a prawn peeler.
Why do you talk so difficult?
Alright, I'll put it simply for you. You see, we're very open to competing with foreign talent, but really, there's no competition here. You don't stand a chance. There's no way that you can break up this family.
I never think to come here to break up family.
Then you should leave my father alone.
If you leave me, I will leave.
You think this is all a game, don't you? A game of chess, perhaps? One queen left standing on the board. Take a good look at yourself. Which village did you come from?
I live in the city, in Beijing.
Well, we're not like Beijing over here. We respect certain rules and conventions. We don't spit in public or push one another to get onto buses and trains. And we shower regularly. You just probably weren't having this nasty SARS outbreak in the first place. But most importantly, we don't force ourselves into other people's homes and make demands.
I never think to come here to ask for anything. I just want better life for my son.
Yes, Daphne did mention that you came here with your son. How long have you been in Singapore?
1 year and more.
And you were working in a massage parlor. That's where you met my father.
I only massage people's foot.
No, Cindy. I have been doing my own little research, and as far as I know, during your first year in Singapore, you're not supposed to work. You didn't have a work permit.
But I have to pay back money to agent who bring me here. Also, school fees.
know why you have been here for the past 3 days? It's because we are keeping you on quarantine. An unofficial one, I might add, out of a sense of civic responsibility, a concept probably foreign to the Beijing born. It's becoming clear to me now that Arthur doesn't want us to formally notify the authorities. Because one, you'll be exposed as an illegal foreign worker that you are. And two, the supposed girlfriend cover will be blown away.
I don't understand.
You will break up with my father, or else there will be consequences.
What is consequences?
We'll have to call the police.
No, police, please. Look at how many albums we have, and there's still some more in my room.
Oh, Ma, you're back. Well, I was just showing Cindy how to play chess. And this, Cindy, is chess.
This is Herbert when he was a baby. And this is him when he was in primary school. Do you like children? Yes, I like. But in China, we live in the city and only have one. I want big family, like you.
You know, every month, the interest rate just keeps increasing. If she hadn't that car, she'd been dead for at least 5 years by now.
And Pastor got everything for her? How long has he known her?
They met about 8 months ago.
So what more does she want?
She doesn't want to go back to China.
Oh, I see. She wants to be Singaporean.
She's very determined. You know, when she found out that Arthur used to play table tennis, she asked me where she could go and pick up the sport. She thinks Singapore has a preference for China-born ping pong players.
That's ridiculous. They're not looking for where you come from. They're looking for how well you play.
It is ridiculous, but it's also very sad.
Look, I'll tell you what options are available to her. Number one, Pa marries her, she gets automatic citizenship within 2 years' time. Number two, Pa dies and he leaves his money and his property.
Marianne, we're living in an increasingly borderless world. It's so easy for capital to flow from one country to another. Investors can dump their money wherever they want. In fact, capital accumulates in first world countries. Why should it be so easy for money to cross borders, but so difficult for people to do the same? In fact, when it comes to the movement of people, we put up barriers. We stop them at customs, we interrogate them, we x-ray their bags and their lungs. But all they're doing is simply following the money. They just want a slice of, look, a tiny crumb of the opportunities the rest of us have.
It can't be helped if you're born in the wrong country.
Yeah, that's coming from someone who managed to escape.
I did not escape. I have no issues with staying in Singapore. If there's anyone else who has escaped, it's you.
Do you know what SARS is? It's literally the bug in the system. A transnational virus. So, SARS comes along. It makes, this kind of thing makes people wonder, why should it be so easy for money to cross borders, but so difficult for people to do the same? A professor in Hong Kong has it. So does a waiter in Toronto. Disease does not discriminate. We've created all these monstrous inequalities in the system. The virus simply equalizes it back.
I saw Cindy go to the bathroom a couple of times today. I don't think she's feeling that well. As a matter of fact, I don't think we should be taking off our masks.
She's had a temperature taken every day. And so far, there's no fever.
But carriers don't have to show their symptoms until much later. Doesn't it worry you? Who do you think Pa got the virus from?
We have to stop all this demonizing, Marianne. They're not all molesters, or husband stealers, or maids who bring their boyfriends home. We'll never become a first world country unless we change our attitudes towards migrant workers.
Is this a new project, Daphne? Migrant workers? Is this a new cause they have taken up? Can you stop and think for a moment? Cindy is not the victim here. Ma is. How will Ma feel when she finds out that Pa is a cat woman? It will kill me if I ever find out that Mike has been unfaithful. Is it so hard for you to imagine?
I've had enough, okay, Marianne? I can't count the number of times that I've been made to feel like some kind of criminal for being a single woman. Everyone here thinks I'm some kind of feminist, atheist, activist, and that's just in my own words. Because the truth is, you all just see me as someone who hates men, God, and the status quo. And no, the solution to all my problems doesn't lie in me getting laid. Sorry to break this to you, but world peace will not come about with post-marital bliss.
I've never said
Please, Marianne! It's in the way you all look at me.
As if my biological clock is ticking like some kind of time bomb. If there's anyone who's a time bomb, it's Cindy. You can see that with your own eyes. She's sick. She can excuse herself a couple of times during dinner last night. We have to report her to the authorities.
She'll spend 6 months in jail. At least. Now that our dear Herbert has found out she doesn't have a work permit, she could be a super infector.
Oh, that's great, Marianne. Just use the labels unthinkingly.
Super infector, heartlander, cosmopolitan, stayer, winter. And you know what? I quit. I can't stay here anymore. I can't breathe here. You know what? I'm going out.
Are you crazy? You're under home quarantine. You could go to jail.
Then I'll go with Cindy. Solidarity.
Daphne!
Hello? Yes. Oh, Daphne? Oh, I'm afraid she's in the bathroom right now. Yes. Can you call back again later? Let's say 3 hours later? Yes, we get it. Yes, we'll call back. Alright, thanks. Hello? Okay, he's here. We'll take the photo. Right, thanks. Bye. Patrick! Mugshot time again. When's your damn sister coming back? She's been gone since yesterday. I don't know. This is the second time they've called. If she doesn't show up by the third call, they have to strap an electronic wrist tag on her. Anyway, can you do me a favor and call Mike? Sure. Mike! No, I mean, go and get him. Even I could do that. Lazy prick.
Must be quite tedious being the family receptionist.
I don't mind it much, really. I get the couch.
There's something I have to talk to you about, Herbert.
Alright, sure. Let's wait until Mike is done.
I can't wait. Is it true that you've been threatening Cindy?
Let's not discuss this now. We'll clearly end when the coast is clear.
I should remind you, I have been very discreet about what happened in London 3 years ago.
And continued discretion will be very much appreciated. Mike, if you don't mind,
He will say he has every right.
That's very generous of you, Arthur.
And I apologize to you about the statement I made a few days ago. And I spent a long time thinking about what you said about me and Herbert. You know what? I'll just say, Herbert is a man in deep denial about who he really is.
in denial? Take a good look at yourself, Arthur. Defending a temptress from the PRC. Come on, you think Ma's not Chinese enough for you, so you have to get another one. Made in China. Original. A contradiction if you ask me.
At least I acknowledge Ma's existence. I don't tell my wife I'm an orphan.
Well, Herbert. So much for being a mama's boy.
You know, in London 3 years ago, I was on the business trip. And it occurred to me I had a brother who lived there. So I got his number. You know how none of us ever get to see him? He's too busy. He's got term papers to mark. He's on a vacation with his wife. Anyways, he was really shocked to hear me on the phone. He graciously provided me with his address.
Yes, and that cost me my marriage.
When I got there, Herbert had told me he had no idea his wife knew he had a family. He told his wife he was born in Britain, raised in an orphanage, got a scholarship to further his studies. So could I please just act like I was just a friend staying over for the night? The wife came home later that evening. She was gone for a game of what's that called? The numbers and chips and
Bingo!
bingo! So Herbert's wife said she had no idea Herbert had Chinese friends. We had tea later that evening. Herbert looked like a wreck. I found out she wasn't a teacher, cook. She worked in the same school as Herbert, of course, but as a cafeteria lady. She was a very nice woman.
Are you finished now, Arthur?
No, I want to know how I had caused you your marriage. I played my part perfectly. She never suspected a thing.
It's just that, how should I put it? When I opened that door that day and saw your face, your smiling face, it ripped off the mask that had become my life. It exposed the lie that I had been living. I had married a woman who was as English as pudding, bad teeth, and football hooligans. I was teaching the history of my adopted country in school, while having effectively erased my own. I started drinking heavily. I know I said it was my wife who was on the bottle, but I suppose a man who can invent his entire childhood is prone to such distortions. And eventually, she left me. By then, I wanted so desperately to come back to Singapore, to start again, to be with Mom, to tell her that she had nothing to be proud of, and to admit that I had been a failure. But it was too late. This was my life here in England. A chipped counterfeit life, but the one and only that I had.
So the English girl
Was a common garden flower.
but she never grew out of a whiskey bottle.
Oh, that she did. The whiskey bottle was me, with the label peeled off, and improvised vast, if you will. Gentlemen, I trust that whatever transpired here in this room will stay in this room.
And here I was taking such great pains to be accepted as a member of your family, when that family doesn't even exist for you.
We're all orphans, Mike. Some of us try to trace back a broken family tree, while others try to look for a foster. Look, Marianne doesn't need to know, does she?
She might wonder why the sudden cessation of hostilities.
Hostility now replaced with pity. One could live with that.
I'm sure Mike knows how to keep a secret. It's funny, isn't it? 3 years ago, you had me acting like I wasn't part of your family. And now we have Cindy acting like she's a part of this family.
Well, I suppose favors have to be repaid. We'll not go on pretending that Cindy's your girlfriend. And on your side, I hope that you can keep the London episode in London. So,
It's a deal.
yes, and not a bad deal at all. I noticed that in both of our cases, mother-son bonding gets a little boost from imaginary partners.
Your wife wasn't imaginary.
To think of a certain Vicky the cook as Victoria, the English teacher, requires quite a leap of imagination. So, we have a deal?
Just like the time you greeted me in London.
You weren't expecting that hug back then, were you? Mike, you have a gentleman's agreement.
Why did it take so long for you to realize that you'll never be one of them?
Denial is a powerful force. Whoever invented alcohol understood this perfectly.
It looks like she's kind of racing me.
Your sister never come home?
She hasn't been home for 2 days. She left her phone behind in her room.
I want to go also, but Arthur asked me to stay.
We have 3 more days.
You know when your father is coming home?
We've been checking with the hospital. They keep saying it's stable, but they're not able to confirm whether it's SARS or not.
I miss him.
Wait, how old are you?
28.
That's how old Daphne is! I can't think that you and Pa... Oh,
I'm a young man.
yeah, that's a bit too much information.
Your mother takes such good care of him. That's why he has so much energy.
Oh, energy.
Don't know what to make out of this. Do you see me as a brother? A stepson? What?
I'm a son last time.
I know, Daphne told me. I'm sorry.
He in Singapore only 1 year. But he's so happy in Singapore. He go to school, make friends. Every day he come home, tell me funny stories. I so scared his English don't good. So I take night class. Stay at home alone. I come home. We read English storybook together. I remember his favorite English storybook. Goldilocks and the Three Bears. This bed is too hard. This bed is too soft. This bed is just nice.
What did you hear about Singapore?
Here the schools here are very good and very clean. Everything's working and people work very hard. And over here, my son can learn English.
Yes, that's true. But there are so many things wrong with Singapore as well. The kiasuism, the arrogant, calculative government, the way people look at you as if you owe them money.
I don't understand you. And your sister. Why don't you like Singapore?
Maybe because we are born here.
Ah, there you are. I've been looking everywhere for you.
Where did you go?
Fresh air, Patrick. Fresh air. I need you to feed into this. Jelly.
You have a sus like constant kid.
I'll explain later.
We've been worried sick about you, Daphne. We wondered if you've been arrested.
Aren't you gonna ask me what the outside world is like?
I have TV, you know, and internet.
But that's not enough. You should know that by now.
But seriously, where did you go?
I was saving cats.
What for?
Cuddling them. There's this race to find a vaccine and they're using cats for experiments. And in fact, I have a whole box in the kitchen.
You have vaccines in the kitchen.
Not vaccines. Kittens in a box.
Wait, how many?
I don't know, 20.
12! Who's going to take care of all of them? You can't even take
Okay,
care
I'm
of
kidding, I'm kidding.
You stop nagging at me. You shouldn't joke about things like these. We'd believe you even if you said you're free animals from the Singapore Zoo.
I stayed over at a friend's house. He was the one saving the kittens.
Oh, he.
Yeah, he's an animal activist.
I bet he's quite an animal.
Wondering why, you've been vomiting the past few days.
How can it be? After my son, the doctor tied himself.
Yeah, the Ma was supposed to be sterilized too. Until Patrick came along. Ma very powerful.
What are we supposed to look at?
You're supposed to see a blue line and it's positive.
But it's taking so long. Why don't you just share it?
It's not the bloody Polaroid, Patrick.
How long do we have to wait?
Kau tadi. Oh my god, the half-life. You know how to do it? I know. I got the legendary
That Cindy spent the night in my room. Don't tell me you never noticed she wasn't in yours.
I went to bed early.
She popped in to ask me for some recipes. Oh, and she gave me the most wonderful foot massage. Have you tried it? She's very good.
I don't think it's proper, Ma. We're not married yet.
I think I was worried when you two were sharing rooms. But my son is a good Christian boy, isn't he? Anyways, we talked all night. And then I fell asleep. When I woke up, I had a blanket over me. And Cindy was
now? Why are you showing me all of this?
Arthur, for inspiration!
Before you go on, I should really tell you
I
that.
had just turned 18, and your father was 30. My parents were against it, of course. They were saying, why do you want such an old husband? But my father married late because he had to send his siblings to school. At 30, he's still so handsome. You know, I wore a wig at my wedding.
Why?
How to change so many hairstyles in one day? Look at those curls.
Ma, listen. I'm not going to marry Cindy.
Arthur, you're 30 this year. It's time you settle down. Unless you like men, you like men as an I know. Actually, one I was worried for was Herbert. He was always so weak. And you have to admit, always a little bit sissy. I was so relieved when he finally got married.
I thought Herbert was sissy.
I've always wanted a girl for my first born. That was before Marianne was born. Let me show you something. Don't tell Herbert. This is a top secret album. Look at this.
Who's this?
It's Herbert.
In dresses?
He was too young to know.
You could have scarred him for life, Ma.
Really, dresses? They've got smoking patterns on them. Princess Diana used to dress up her two baby boys in them. And look, this is you when you were young. You had a sharp nose.
How come I'm in the top secret album?
Oh, Herbert was a jealous boy. He would tear up pictures of you. So I have to keep them somewhere safe.
No wonder I never saw pictures of me. It was as if I never had a childhood.
It's all there, Arthur. One whole album of you. I just had it hidden away for so long that I forgot to show you. I've been looking through all of these a lot these days. Why couldn't I make any of my children stay? What went wrong? First it was Herbert, then it was Marianne. I thought she was going to be the one who was going to stay behind to look after me. And then Daphne had to go save the world. And now you. What's wrong with this house? If you can't stand me, then say something. I'll try to change. I'm an old woman, I have my habits, but I'll try to change. If it means keeping my children.
I'm sorry, Ma.
Why should you be sorry?
I'm not going to marry Cindy.
Oh, Arthur, get up.
There's something I have to tell you.
Oh.
Cindy isn't my girlfriend.
Then who is she?
I'm sorry, Ma. I've been filial to Pa. I've tried my best to keep it secret for as long as I could. But I can't stand seeing you go on like this.
Like what? I don't understand, Arthur.
It was my idea to hide it from you. Forgive me, Ma.
Arthur? Who is she?
She's alright. She just feels a little weak. She's coming down soon.
We have to reach a decision quickly.
Look, let's just call the police, okay? We just come down here and take her away. We'll be done with this poultry business. Out of sight, out of mind. Easy.
I can't do that. The woman is pregnant.
You're gonna make her give birth in prison?
How sure are you that she's pregnant?
We used 3 test strips.
And they were all positive. Fine, then what makes you think it's Pa's child?
Wait a minute. Why is it whenever you hear a woman is pregnant, the first thing you demand is proof of paternity?
That is so
You know, Daphne, for someone who's not religious, you really know how to preach. I say we put it to a vote. We have 2 options in front of us. 1, we call the police, and she'll be eventually sent back to China and won't be able to come back to Singapore again. Or 2, we wait for Pa to come back and let Ma and Pa sort things out. The question here is, do we really want to make it our business or our parents' business?
I say we need this in the bud. Let the authorities handle it.
I'm with Mike. I know what you're going to say, Daphne. 2 people had an affair, Pa is as guilty as she is. But the thing is, we're not punishing her for adultery. We're punishing her for not having the proper papers to work here.
I promised Ma from the very beginning I'd take care of her. No police.
And I would not make a victim out of someone whose only crime was to provide the best for her child.
Herbert, you know where I stand. Send her off the island.
So that's 3 votes for and 2 votes against. Patrick!
I don't know, okay?
Well, you should decide soon, before Ma comes down.
She's carrying a child.
That's not our responsibility.
How can it not be our responsibility? That's our own half brother she's carrying.
Or half sister.
Oh,
That's number 6 on its way. Or number 5.5. Whatever. But that's our own flesh and blood. I can't bear the idea that he's going to be born behind bars. Will you stop correcting me already? I'm on your side. We had so much peace and quiet while we broke quarantine. Why don't you just go out and get some more fresh air?
Yeah, I can't. I've got this. Made in Singapore jewelry. Well, we'll split down in the middle. 3 votes for and 3 votes against.
What is this? A gathering of liars?
Ma, please don't call us that.
For the past 8 days, everyone's been plotting to keep me in the dark. You think I'm just an old, ignorant fool? Where's that woman?
She's in my room.
Bring her down. I want to see her. I've spoiled all of you. Satu semua dah banyak lemak. That's the problem. Whatever you wanted, I gave it. When you wanted to leave, I gave you my blessings. And this is how you treat me in return?
Ma, we were just trying to protect you.
Shut up, Herbert! Shame on you! Shame on all of you! Marianne, Daphne, even Patrick. I never taught you to lie. And least of all, lie to your own mother. Kuranaja! I've got Veronica blood running in me, and we knew how to respect our mothers. Patrick, pass me the stool. So you're the one my husband has been seeing. Yes. What is your name? Cindy. Full name. Cindy Liao Su. How old are you? 28. And I've been told that you're carrying a child. And you intend to keep it. I keep. Then let me tell you this. You can keep a child for 9 months at most. After that, it's not yours anymore. Once they leave your body, they have already left you.
My son left me already. But this one, I feel like he come back to me.
They'll find a way back, but in another life. And you have found your way to the house. Congratulations! You know who I am, don't you?
Yes.
My maiden name is Patricia. I married into the Cole family when I was 18. I gave my husband 5 children. For that, I deserve some respect.
I respect you.
Then show it! You will kneel in front of me. You will do to my feet what you did when I thought you were going to be my daughter-in-law.
Ma, that's not necessary.
Shut up, Daphne! This is how second wives show respect to their first.
Ma was second wife.
Kneel. I'm tired, Marianne. I'm tired of staying behind to look after your father while watching all of you. When he comes back, there'll be someone else to look after him. This woman is what he wants. This is my birthday gift.
Are you sure?
We hardly ever sleep in the same room anymore. In fact, I spend most of my nights in your bedrooms. Every night, I shift to a different room, a different bed. I go full circle and find myself in your father's bed again. But now, there's someone else in that bed. I will divorce him.
Ma, you should think it over first.
Shut up, Arthur! Don't you think I have the dignity? He deserves it. 70 years old and still fooling around. Stop. Cindy me? You are here to take my place. You will marry him. Get your citizenship. Give birth to a Singaporean baby. You have come to relieve me of my duties here. You are that knife to cut the last string. But you're still a knife. Now that my feet have been rubbed, I'm ready to walk. Tomorrow, I'll start packing. I want to see my grandchildren.
They're dying to see you, Ma.
Don't you think I should spend more time with them, right?
Absolutely.
Daphne, you know how to prepare divorce papers?
I learned a bit in law school.
Good. Then you help me. I want custody of all my children.
Oh, but we're no longer minors, Ma. We're all supporting ourselves.
Patrick's not 18 yet. I want my baby to come with me.
Baby.
Probably not going to need this. Patrick! Help me wrap this up. It's coming with me.
You know, Ma, I was thinking about what you said about me following you to the States. I'm supposed to be enlisted in June.
You don't have to go.
But if I don't go, I can't return to Singapore.
So what? You want to stay here with your father?
I'm not saying I want to stay with Father. I just feel like I should be able to, you know, hang around, see the new baby, maybe help out with his business.
I thought you liked living overseas.
I do, Ma, but I think each time someone says goodbye, it's a way of saying, yes. Oh, yes, you win. Yes, I give up. Yes, you're right, I can't change anything. I want to have that opportunity to say no. And I can only say no if I stay behind. Does that make any sense, Ma?
Are you coming with me, Patrick? Yes or no?
No, Ma.
As you wish, Patrick.
Are you angry with me, Ma?
No, not at all. In fact, I'm glad at least one of my children decided to stay behind.
Hello? Oh, okay. Herbert, camera time! Bloody nuisance, this thing.
We should take a family photo. We haven't taken one in a long time. Patrick, get the camera. Marianne! Mike! Arthur! Daphne! We're going to take a family photo.
Oh, shouldn't we dress up a bit?
No need. Come closer. I can help take a picture.
There's a timer on this thing. Cindy, come join us.
approaching Changi Airport for landing. A warm welcome to all visitors. To Singaporeans, welcome home.